Now, who doesn't love a good board game? Some people enjoy playing Monopoly. Some enjoy snakes and ladders, while others prefer a good game of chess. It just depends. There is a game, however, that everyone plays. It's the game of karma.
Karma is a game we all play every day, whether we realize it or not. Much like a board game, the game of karma begins when we make our first decision. For example, in a game of chess, karma is the result of our decision to move a piece in a certain direction. And just like chess, every decision we make will inevitably play out. In other words, the game does not allow us to undo our moves once it's set in motion. When karma is presented in this way, it helps us to see how our choices play out. And if the result is not what we desired, we have the option to play again and make new decisions. Nothing is permanent. In snakes and ladders, karma is the result of decisions we make relating to our morality. The ladders represent our virtues, and the snakes represent our vices. They also represent life's ups and downs. In Monopoly, karma is the result of decisions we make with regards to our finances. In other words, karma is represented as the outcome of how we choose to spend our money. Now, what's interesting about the game of Monopoly is that there is also a cheater's edition. A great example of art imitating life. See, in life, there will always be people who will try and find ways to cheat. They try and find shortcuts that are not always considered ethical by most people's standards. Now, the object of this particular game is to cheat in order to try and get ahead fast. However, in this game, there are rules to how we are allowed to cheat. And if we get caught, much like karma, we pay the consequences. In real life, however, there are no rules to cheating, and the karmic cycle doesn't end when the game ends, but instead when our karmic cycle completes. Here on Earth, everything in life happens in cycles. This is a fact. And I believe the dice in a board game demonstrates the fact that life is always in motion. And where we go next is not always in our control. In other words, there will always be things in life we can't control, such as the weather or the actions of other people. We are in control, however, of the decisions we make as a result of uncontrollable circumstances. And these decisions will determine how our game of karma plays out. And much like a board game, our karma will eventually come to an end. From there, we get another opportunity to play again and make new decisions based on lessons we've learned from our past game. At the end of the day, it's important to remember that every game is temporary. And we always have the option to play again, which means we also get to decide if we're going to remain the same or explore a new version of ourselves.
See, I believe our souls chose to be here. And much like how we choose to play a board game, we chose to play this game of life with the intention of experiencing the adventure. In other words, when we choose to play a board game, most of us are not focused on completing the game as quickly as possible, but instead, we focus on enjoying the experience of learning how to play the game well. Now, sometimes we'll end our game feeling victorious. Sometimes we'll end our game feeling defeated. It's all part of the game of karma. But remember, nothing's permanent, which means we all have the choice to play again. I have a quote I'd like to share with you. This quote is by Emily Acker. As long as you're still alive, you always have the choice, the chance to start again. Well, this is all I have for today. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you have any questions or you'd simply like to connect, feel free to do so through my personal email. I've listed it in the description below. Until we meet again, be safe and make sure to keep paying attention to your karma. It's our greatest teacher.